UK archaeologists discover ancient settlements dating back 6,000 years. In one of the most significant archaeological breakthroughs of 2025, UK archaeologists have uncovered a series of ancient settlements in Lincolnshire, England, with evidence of human occupation dating back 6,000 years. The discovery, which spans multiple historical periods, from the Neolithic through to the Roman and Saxon eras, offers invaluable insights into the development of society, trade, and agriculture in ancient Britain. These findings are being hailed as a breakthrough in understanding how early human communities in the UK evolved over thousands of years. The excavation site, located near a quarry in the Lincolnshire Wolds, was initially thought to be a relatively modern site with only limited archaeological significance. However, as work began, it became clear that the location had been home to continuous human settlements dating back to the Neolithic period. The early findings revealed remnants of dwellings, pottery, and tools that indicated the site was occupied by prehistoric communities. Archaeologists were astonished to uncover evidence of structures and artifacts that span from the Neolithic, New Stone Age, period around 4000 BCE, to the Roman occupation of Britain in the 1st to 5th centuries CE. The discovery includes artifacts from the Bronze Age and Saxon periods as well, marking the site as an important location in the history of Britain's early civilizations. The earliest evidence found at the site dates back to the Neolithic period, a time of significant transformation in human history. This era marked the transition from nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyles to settled agricultural societies. The Neolithic communities at the site likely engaged in early farming, cultivating crops such as barley and wheat and raising domesticated animals, including cattle and sheep. Among the most striking discoveries were the remnants of Neolithic structures, which suggest that early humans lived in small, semi-permanent villages. The buildings were likely constructed with timber and wattle, using materials found in the surrounding environment. Flint tools, pottery fragments, and the remains of early farming equipment were also found, shedding light on the agricultural practices of the time. As the centuries passed, the settlement at the Lincolnshire site continued to thrive. Evidence from the Bronze Age, which began around 2000 BCE, suggests that the community experienced significant advancements in technology and social organization. The introduction of bronze tools and weapons marked a key period of technological progress, and the site's inhabitants were likely part of a broader trade network. Archaeologists uncovered a variety of bronze objects, including tools, ornaments, and weapons, which were indicative of a society engaged in both agricultural production and craft specialization. The presence of these items suggests that trade between different regions of Britain, and potentially with continental Europe, was well established during this period. The site's central location may have played a key role in facilitating such trade. The Bronze Age also saw the construction of burial mounds and other ceremonial structures, signaling the emergence of more complex social and religious practices. This period was marked by a growing sense of community identity and the development of hierarchical social structures, likely based on wealth, status, and occupation. The discovery of Roman-era artifacts at the site is perhaps the most significant aspect of the excavation. Following the Roman conquest of Britain in 43 CE, the Roman Empire established numerous settlements and military outposts across the country, integrating Britain into its vast network of trade and cultural exchange. The Lincolnshire site appears to have been one of these settlements, as evidenced by the discovery of Roman coins, pottery, and metal objects. Roman influence brought significant changes to the area. Archaeologists have identified evidence of Roman-style buildings, including a possible villa or farmstead. The presence of Roman pottery, wine amphorae, and other luxury items suggests that the site was integrated into the Roman economy, with goods being traded and exchanged between Britain and the wider Roman world. Roman settlements in Britain also had a significant impact on local populations, influencing everything from architecture to cuisine. The blending of Roman and indigenous British cultures likely led to the creation of a distinct Romano-British society, with a mix of Roman and local traditions. The final phase of occupation at the site corresponds to the Saxon period, which began after the fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century CE. During the early Saxon period, much of Britain was reorganized into smaller kingdoms, and the Lincolnshire region became an important center of trade and culture. Evidence from the Saxon era at the Lincolnshire site includes pottery, tools, and building materials, suggesting that the settlement continued to be occupied and developed into a Saxon village. While the amount of Saxon-era material found at the site is less abundant than Roman artifacts, it nonetheless highlights the continued importance of the settlement during this time. One of the most exciting aspects of this discovery has been the wide array of artifacts unearthed at the site. These items provide a snapshot of daily life over thousands of years, offering a window into the customs, technologies, and trade networks of ancient communities. Pottery. The site has yielded a remarkable collection of pottery, ranging from simple Neolithic vessels to finely decorated Roman and Saxon pots. These items are not only important for understanding the technological advancements of the time but also provide insight into the aesthetic and cultural values of ancient societies. Pottery was often used for cooking, storage, and ceremonial purposes, and the designs on the vessels may have reflected the beliefs and practices of the people who used them. Animal bones found at the site provide a wealth of information about the diets and lifestyles of the inhabitants. Domesticated animals such as cattle, sheep, and pigs were raised for food, while wild game like deer and boar were hunted for meat. The remains of birds, fish, and other animals further suggest a diverse diet, with communities relying on a combination of agriculture and hunting to sustain themselves. The discovery of seeds and plant remains has been crucial in understanding the agricultural practices of the ancient settlers. Archaeologists have identified crops such as barley, wheat, and rye, as well as other plants used for medicinal or ceremonial purposes. The presence of these remains indicates that the people of the site practiced early forms of farming, relying on the cultivation of plants to feed their communities. This discovery is of great importance not only to archaeologists but also to historians, anthropologists, and the general public. It offers a rare opportunity to study the evolution of human societies in Britain, from the early Neolithic period to the Roman and Saxon eras. The findings help to paint a clearer picture of how early communities in the UK developed over time, particularly in terms of their social, economic, and cultural practices. The site also provides valuable insights into the impact of technological advancements on ancient societies. The introduction of agriculture, the development of trade networks, and the influence of Roman and Saxon cultures all played a significant role in shaping the trajectory of Britain's early history. By examining these developments, researchers can gain a better understanding of how the foundations of modern British society were laid. As the excavation continues, archaeologists are eagerly anticipating further discoveries that could provide even more information about the site's history. Radiocarbon dating and other advanced techniques will help establish a more precise timeline of occupation and provide a clearer understanding of the changes that occurred over the centuries. The site's significance extends beyond its historical importance. It is also an opportunity to engage the public in archaeology, as many of the finds will be displayed in local museums and heritage sites. Educational programs and events are being planned to allow people to learn more about the history of the site and the wider context of ancient Britain. The discovery of ancient settlements in Lincolnshire provides an extraordinary glimpse into the past, offering a detailed picture of human life over the course of 6,000 years. From the Neolithic farmers who first settled in the area to the Roman and Saxon communities that later inhabited it, the site offers a unique perspective on the evolution of British society. As ongoing research continues to uncover new finds, this discovery is sure to enrich our understanding of ancient Britain and the people who lived there, leaving a lasting legacy for future generations.